So I was on YouTube searching out what the best way to farm in TDX was, and this was the best thing I found. However, I started doing some of the numbers myself and I realized this isn't actually completely correct. And in fact, there's really nowhere on the internet telling people what the best way to farm is. And even the wiki is wrong here. Now, for early game, the best farm we should be going for is just simply 00. We should be placing them and we should be spamming them until we reach the placement cap of 10. Now, if you are speedrunning, you have to get the 1-0 farm. However, we shouldn't spam these as these are ineffective. Now, as a recap, before moving on to the next part of the strategy, you should have 10 00 farms if you're not speedrunning. If you are speedrunning, or in other words, skipping every wave, you should only have one 1-0 farm before moving on to this next part. Now, after this, the next 3 upgrades available to you are actually identical. 2-0, 1-1, and 1-2 all have the same cost efficiency. Now, it's important to note that that top path 1-0 farm upgrade is actually worth it at this point in the game, as you're only spending $50 and it's not really going to change your economy that much as it would if you spent it earlier. 1-3 is the ideal farm. It is the most cost effective and it is what we should be aiming for. However, it's not worth waiting a wave to get. So if you currently cannot afford a 1-3, then get a 1-2 farm. If you can't afford to get a 1-2 farm, then get a 1-1 farm. And if you can't afford to get a 1-1 farm, then get a 2-0 farm. You should repeat this process every wave until you can afford to get a 1 or 2, 3 farm every single wave. Now, if you can't afford to get a 2-0 farm, you can get a 1-0 farm or just an 0-0 farm if you are speedrunning and don't have all 10 of your farms already placed down. Once all bottom path farms are level 3, make sure your top path is also level 2, as this will be the most effective time to upgrade them all to level 2. After this, farming becomes very straightforward. Upgrade all your bottom path level 3 farms to level 4, and once you are all at level 4, upgrade all your level 4 bottom path farms to level 5. Additionally, if you're late enough into the game to the point where you have multiple very expensive towers placed down, you can place some top path 4-2 farms down next to them. I'm not going to be doing the math on when it's most cost effective to do this, simply because it's really hard and I already did this with like Tower Battles DJ and I'm not doing it again. But I hope you learned how to farm with this guide.